What's going on, Beaches? Welcome to the Daily Swole podcast. Hit the thumbs up button. It's Friday, September the 22nd, episode 2695. Today's Swole Fam Spotlight is from Beth, and she writes, I joined the Swole Fam officially in November, quit my job of 9 years, and to pursue something I thought was a great opportunity, and got laid off after 7 months with my new company. Starting off in 2021 with some unknowns, but let me tell you, 2020 made me grow as a person mentally, physically, and emotionally, and I'm here for it. I'm meditating for the first time in my life, lifting without injuries myself, regaining my former dancer flexibility, and also have grown closer to my husband and 5 girls by just staying consistent despite the changes. I'm stronger than I've ever been. So that's a great start. We're kicking it off with a great post from Beth. Thank you for sharing. We are crushing it in the Swole Fam. We're fresh off at a roundtable last night. Join us over at swolenormousx.com and get access to all of the private groups. And of course, we have an amazing overtime segment after today's live stream in the Daily Swole Telegram chat. So we'll be shifting over there at the end of the show, and we have a brand new Driving While Gaining Uncensored. We have brand new Balls Deep edits, and it's a great time, so don't miss out on that. And I'll go live immediately at the end of today's episode. Without further ado, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, share the show, and if you have not yet left us a 5-star review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, take a moment right now and leave us a review. It helps tremendously. And now let's get into the motherfucking Mancast. The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
I love you! God, I love you! I got you. I got you, brother. Oh, no, you don't. What are you doing? Stop!
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Full normal.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 2600 and 95 of the Daily Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and yo hoes? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. Today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2, flexing on all you beaches.
Fucking Catalina wine mixer.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
It's the fucking Catalina wine
Happy Fef, everyone. Happy Fef. It is Fuck'em Friday. It is the day to focus on pillar number 1. So you can go ahead and drop it in the comments down below. What are you doing to celebrate Fef today? And you better be doing something special. Cleaning out those contacts, deleting those subscriptions, those, podcasts you don't listen to anymore. Not the Daily Swole, not the Daily Swole.
Matt Damon.
You want to double down. If you could subscribe twice, you want to subscribe twice. But all of those things that you don't watch anymore, maybe YouTube, maybe pages on Instagram, right? Wherever your addiction is, whatever you use on social media, clean that out. Contacts are the best. It's the best to clean out contacts on your phone, clean your room, clean your closet, whatever it is, but clean those contacts out, get rid of the nonsense in your environment, clean out your fridge, do something, do your little swole cleaning today on Friday for FEF. And of course, community and environment is pillar number 1. So very important to remember that. All right. What are you doing to celebrate FEF? Drop it in the comments down below. And now let's get into today's episode. We had a great intro. We had a great Swole Fam spotlight at the beginning of the pre-roll from Beth. So much love to Beth, and thank you for the awesome post. Crushing it as always, Swole Fam. Just fucking laying down those wins. So drop in the comments, what are you smashing today? What are you doing to celebrate Fef? Let's get the Falcon out. Let's bust the nut open. Let's get today's Swole card out. We have an amazing overtime segment at the end of today's show. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. Very excited. Let's get after it. It's going to be a great day. Falcon. Put some respect on it, Leisha. All right. Hashtag Fef. Drop that in the comments down below. Now let's get into that tip. Let's get into some awesome Swole Fam posts and some announcements. Pooah. Babe, just an inch, just an inch. It's cold outside. So right after the live stream today, we are continuing the party inside overtime, inside the Daily Swole Telegram chat, again for members only. Join us, SwoleNormousX.com. We'll have the replay available in Swole TV after the fact if you can't catch it live. But for shame, brand new Driving While Gaining, brand new Balls Deep edit. It's going to be absolutely lit. So we'll see you over there. And also, getting some emails already, fam. Make sure to submit your story for the Swole Fam project. We'd love to feature you. So go to your email and send us an email to team, T-E-A-M, like sports team @swolenormous.com. That's team @swolenormous. Not Swolenormous X, team @swolenormous.com, and send in your story, just your, testimonial. I mean, of course, we have a lot of these in the groups already. We read them all the time. We read them as intro posts, but I definitely want to read your story, and I want to hear from you about maybe what the elimination diet has done for you, what your experience was before joining the Swole Fam, how you came across the Swole Fam, and we're putting together a webpage for some prompts and some questions and things like that. But if you want to jump the gun and get into it and share your story, a lot of you already know what you want to say, and maybe you have some before and after photos you want to share, optional, but definitely share your story, how you came across the Swole Fam, your experience with training, where you were. Some of you were morbidly obese. Some of you were really frail or going through a lot of autoimmune issues. Whatever your story is, doesn't have to be dramatic. It can just be your story, which is what we want. And, how you came across the content, how you came across the Swole Fam, and then what your experience has been so far. So Swole Fam Project, send us an email to team@swolenormous.com. And the reason why we talked about it earlier, we shifted it to the email. We're going to put a web page together because not everyone that has amazing stories is officially a member. A lot of people listen to the show and follow the content and have great stories and have applied a lot of the things that we talk about in the podcast. They started going to the fucking gym because I yelled at them on Instagram or TikTok. So send us an email, team@swolenormous.com. We would love to hear from you. So thank you for doing that, and looking forward to it. Before we get into the first Swole Fam post, we do have a couple other announcements, a little heavy on the announcements today, but it's important. And we have a signature series. So it's episode 2695 today. In 5 days on the 27th, we have P3S8. So that's available over at swolenormousx.com/signature. And you can purchase for 24 hours only, midnight to midnight. So you see the countdown timer on that page, and we'll talk about it every day leading up to it. 9/27/23 P3S8 mystery design will will arrive at your doorstep. You don't know what it is, but I'll tell you what, it's going to be fucking awesome. P3S8 drops 9/27/23 on the day of episode 2700. We're 5 days away. 5 days away. Very exciting.
What's in the box?
First Swole fan post today is from Bex, and Bex writes, I'm about to PR with 100-pound leg extensions. Ooh, juicy.
Wow.
I feel like a beast this morning. Let's see how much weight I can rep. I feel like it's going to be more than 100 pounds. I also feel like the dynamics of my bench make this weight much lighter than it really is. So from the picture, it's one of those horn attachments on the front of a multi-bench, so to speak. And it really doesn't matter. Every machine, by the way, is like this, even professional commercial machines. So if you have weight stacks, there's pulleys on it which adjust the weight. You might have heard of things like ratio, a pulley ratio of 4-to-1 or 2-to-1. Sometimes you have to move the lever arm twice the distance that will lift the weight. It's all different. Every machine and the perceived strength and the actual strength that's translated to your muscles varies from machine to machine, whether it's plate loaded, whether it's home gym quality, whether it's commercial gym quality, whether there's a weight stack. There's always, it's the angles, it's the biomechanics of the machine, it's how the lever system works. It depends on how the machine is designed. The most important thing is to understand is that your body has no idea what the weight is. Your body doesn't know if you put 445s. Your body doesn't know if you put 1045s. Your body doesn't know if you're lifting 5 pounds. What it's going to know is it's going to know the effort, and it's going to know like the duration of the exercise. It's going to experience the overload. And if you have the right way, whatever it translates into your body, if you have that overload according to your max capacity, let's say you're training to failure within 5, 10, or 15 repetitions, it doesn't matter what the weight is on the machine. Your muscles do not know what amount of weight you're lifting. They just know the intensity and the overload perceived. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It doesn't really matter what it looks like. And I will tell you, because I have a lot of commercial equipment at my place, some machines are lighter, some are heavy. I have 2 machines. I have 2 hammer strength machines. I have the one that you sit upright, and I have one that you're lying on your back. Same company, same flat press. If I put a 45 pounds on each side just to see the difference, one of them feels heavier than the other. It's just the way the machine's designed. Same amount of weight, just a different travel arc with the path of the weight and the resistance relative to gravity. So any different machine is going to be like that. The most important thing is, are you overloading enough to match the intensity that you're providing, that you're trying to reach? So if you're trying to hit 5 to 10 or 15 reps to failure, put enough weight on that to achieve that, and it doesn't really matter what it is for that machine. So you might be doing 200 pounds on one machine, it might be 150. I have this incline press that's ridiculous. It's so heavy. It just feels so heavy. I can't do anywhere near as much on that machine as I do on the other ones. Am I less strong because I'm using that machine? No, it's just how it's designed. It just hits the muscles in a crazy way. All right, let's get into another post. Thanks for sharing, Bex, and happy gaining to you. Let's do Riley first because we have another picture. We have a couple more pictures, but we'll get Matt's flex picture at the end. Riley with a nice GTT FG shirt, looking sexy like a snack. Testing out some new merch today. Felt like I could lift 20 pounds heavier on everything. LOL. Hashtag go the fucking gym. Because it's true. I'm telling you, if you want to make gains, go to papaswolio.com and get some merch. You are not going to be as strong as you could be if you're not covering your nips with the greatest merch in the realm. Just saying. It's a fact. It's science. Don't fight me on this.
Attacks on me, quite
is.
frankly, are attacks on science.
Straight facts. Straight facts. All right, last Swole fan post. This one's from Matt, and we'll zoom in. We got some good pictures. First off, let's look at the pictures. Holy effing shit.
Wow.
That's unreal. Even though he's wearing different outfits, my God, do you look different, bro? So let's get back to the text, and then we'll go back to the pictures. Pay attention because this is going to be a juicy one. Matt says, what a difference 3 years makes. I mean, how beautiful my hair is now. It is. It is beautiful. On the left, that was old fat Matt. And you can't tell, but I definitely have some bitch tits underneath that shirt. I was around my highest weight of 340 pounds with the achy joints, depression, and bad habits to show for it. The picture on the right was taken today because sometimes you just got to flex those gains. There wasn't one magic pill or magic diet. I didn't do some simple hack to lose 30 pounds in 30 days, and I definitely stumbled along the way. I wasn't perfect the entire time, but I was consistent. My diet wasn't always perfect, but it was consistently better than yesterday's. My workout wasn't always perfectly planned out, but I still showed up and got it done. Tipping the scales at 235-ish pounds these days, I have been able to sustain my weight loss just by constantly making the small steps forward and having the self-awareness to correct myself when I get too far off course, and having the Swole fam around to slap me in the taint when needed helps also. Most importantly, I have learned to fill my own cup. Getting up at 4 a.m. to work out isn't always fun with 2 kids and a wife, but that's the only time available to fill my cup, then so be it. We talked about that last night during the roundtable. Constantly filling my cup is how I'm able to give 100% effort to everything else in my life rather than be my job or family. How I'm able to give 100% effort to everything else in my life rather than, well, you get the point. Big shout out to the entire Swole fam for the constant support and taint slappings when needed. Hashtag fill your cup, Swole fam, and most people don't. Great post, dude. I'm sorry, I missed that typo. Goddamn interwebs. This is a great picture. Fantastic. Tiff says, I feel him on the early morning training. Yeah, that's an early morning. That's an early morning. We were talking about it last night. But getting it done when you need to, of course. You know, the last couple of weeks we talked about last night on the roundtable, Pedro was struggling, started working out first thing in the morning. We kind of like isolated that huge improvement area, and just shifting when you prioritize yourself can make all the difference. So I talk about for my schedule, sometimes I like to train first thing, sometimes I like to do the show first thing. Today, I like to do the show first thing. So I kind of keep it open because I don't have to lift first thing. So sometimes I like to get some obligations done out of the way. The Daily Swole is an obligation, but it also is something that I enjoy. So it's kind of like both. And I do like training first thing, but sometimes I like to decompress a little bit, wake up, do the podcast. Feels good to talk to the Swole fam and rage a little bit and get the day started, get that done. And then I have like a clear mind. I could focus on filming, training, pets, Mama Swolio, other things like that. So you got to figure out what your routine is. And there isn't one answer. So people ask me, what's the best time to work out? Well, if you have a choice, if it's like, hey, I'm going to work out at night or first thing in the morning, I would say more or less objectively, there's going to be a better time first thing in the morning, but that's not true across the board. Some people really do perform better, like it, that they can get quality sleep. I don't know. Everyone's different, right? But it's important to understand that a simple hack, moving things around or having a little variability, because you don't want to be anchored into one type of schedule, but depending on your lifestyle and your work schedule and so on and so forth, there's going to be an optimal plan for you. It might not be optimal in terms of overall, like, hey, I wish I had a little bit more time to sleep in, but this is going to be the most optimal is to do yours first. Because if Matt's getting up super early, 5 or 6 for work, and then coming back, he's got the kids and wife, and he wants to be with his family. He wants to be with his wife. He wants to do all those things, but he also needs to put in for himself. So does he have to wait till 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night? You're putting yourself last. So, you know, getting up at the ass crack of dawn, getting shit done, feeling good the rest of the day that you accomplished for yourself, that you filled your own cup, whether you had the best workout in the world or you had an average workout, you did for you first thing. It's better for your hormones, better for your mindset. You're going to feel good. You're going to feel accomplished. You're going to be clear of mind. And you go through the rest of your day making better decisions because you're going to refuel properly, right? You train first thing in the morning. If Matt gets up 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning to train, is he going to be stuffing his face with garbage all day? Much less likely, because he's not going to want to throw the effort that he put in first thing in the day out the window. He's going to refuel better. He's going to make better choices because he started his day off with a great choice for himself. Especially if you're getting up, sacrificing sleep, it's cold or it's dark, and oh my God, and you're putting yourself through stress. You want everything else to match to benefit that, right? You're not going to do that and then trash yourself. People don't work out 4 o'clock in the morning and then go and eat McDonald's. It's not really how it works. Much less likely. So if you're trying to get on track, start the day off with something health-oriented, fitness-focused, something for you, filling your own cup, because that's better. It's better mentally as well as physically. So that's awesome. Matt says, people always look at me like I'm crazy when I say I have more energy for the rest of the day when I get up at 4 a.m. and work out versus sleeping another hour. You're going to. You're going to have more energy, and people that don't do anything physically don't understand. They think you work out, but you have more energy mentally because you're physically, okay, not necessarily drained to the point of like you're wiped out, but you have that physical tension released, and then you can mentally focus and you have more alertness. You have better blood flow. You just feel better. Hormones are better. Everything's better. Everything's better. And of course, if you have a busy schedule and you put things last, you're just more likely to skip that. You're more likely to skip because there's more excuses. You get stuck in traffic. Oh, so-and-so needs this, that, and the other. You put yourself last, it's going to get bumped, right? If you ever worked, there's some sort of a job where you have like appointments, right? Or personal training, or you work at a doctor's office, one appointment's 5 minutes late. And guess what? The next appointment's 5 minutes late. It pushes everything down the line. You try to buffer it a little bit, but you always have overlap, right? It's like an accordion effect. The first one, push back. Second one, push back, push. The last one gets pushed back an hour. Everyone's waiting for hours in the waiting room, whatever it is, right? So same thing. If things get pushed back and you delay, you're allowing for more opportunities for chaos to come into your life, which it will. You're giving more opportunity for things to interrupt and more justifications for you to not do what you should be doing. If you just train first thing before you're even really fully awake and you just do it, like, I'm not even awake yet, just do it. By the time you're awake, you're like, oh shit, I'm done with my workout. Or you're in the middle of your workout. You wake up in the middle of your workout, like, what's going on here? There you go. All right, let's get into a little more knowledge, Cock. Before we get into some questions, make emailswoleagain.com if you want your inbox stretched out with the knowledge, Cock. You love the podcast, you love the channels and the Instagrams and the TikToks, but get the knowledge, Cock, straight in your inbox. If you're stretched out, you're loose, you're just getting gangbanged by all the spam promotions, worthless things that are just clogging your shiz up. Call on Papa Swolio. Make emailswoleagain.com and I will make you feel tight again. I'll make you feel like 1993. You're just booting up AOL 2.7 black and white style. I got your back. You've got gains in your inbox. Go to makeemailswoleagain.com. All right. What a pitch. All right. We got a response here from Mandy on the How to Make Progress email. Mandy writes, I've also been adding weights. I have the small fractional plates. I try to go up every couple of weeks. I'm also trying to always do one more rep than yesterday, down 30 pounds so far since April.
Wow.
Progress is slowing down, but as long as I try every day a bit more, I know I'm making this a life change, not just another diet and exercise routine. Damn right, you're progressing until you're 6 feet under. It's just a little bit at a time. There's no end point. There really isn't. Of course, you want to challenge yourself and make little checkpoints and make progress, but this is a process and you're not stopping. So sometimes your focus and where you have to put your attention has to change. You get injured, you have to shift your focus on what you're working on, but you could always be moving forward. Just keep on moving forward. And the fractional plates are fantastic. Fractional plates, for those that don't know, those are weight plates that are like quarter pound, half pound, 3/4 of a pound, 1 pound. And they're fantastic because sometimes if your gym only has 5 pound plates, you could go up in weight, just can't go up 5 pounds on each side. So even going up 2.5 pounds on each side might be too much. It might take you down 2 or 3 reps. You only want to maybe take you down maybe 1 rep. So half a pound or 1 pound can be plenty. And guess what? It's more weight. It's not good for the ego doesn't like it. It's only 1 pound. Or if you're at the gym and you have squats on or bench press and you put on one little tiny 1 pounder, psychologically, it's like, oh man, a little tiny plate on the end. But if you really want to make gains, progress is progress and more weight is more weight. So if you can't go up 2.5 on each side, well, that's because you need to get yourself some fractional plates. And the cool thing is you can get a set on Amazon real cheap. You can throw them in your gym bag because the whole set, you get 2 1 pound plates, it's like 5 pounds or something, the whole set. And you can bring them. And if you need them, throw them on the bar. All right. From Mike on the How to Make Progress email, Mike says, Papa S, I have been progressively adding weight and sets to my exercise weekly. Started on an exercise intense program 5 months ago, and I've made great gains, but not enough to write home about. I have type 2 diabetes and am more than 150 pounds overweight. Since December of 2022, I have lost over 70 pounds, but need to lose 100 more to get to my ideal weight. I am in need of a hip replacement, but also have modified my cardio regimen and weight training program to work around this. I train 5 to 6 days a week with both cardio and weights daily. I am on the 1,800 to 2,200 calories a day calorie count while eliminating sugar, soda, and other carbs that hinder my progress. I'm doing pretty good, but I'm starting to push harder. Thanks for the daily emails. They fire me up. Well, round of applause for Mike. Respect. Good for you. You stay focused. Definitely on that elimination diet. Very important. Focus on the protein, lifting weights. Make sure you're recovering enough, 5 to 6 days a week, cardio and weights daily. That's a lot. That's a lot, just to be honest. I'm not anti-cardio. I am pro-weights, but you just got to make sure you are recovering enough and training hard enough to maximize your progress. So if you're seeing progress, keep going. If you start kind of getting frustrated and it's not going as readily, definitely plug back in, listen to the podcast, ask us some questions, and give us some feedback. We're happy to throw some ideas your way. So just keep that in mind. When people start, they start making a lot of progress, and that's great. But sometimes you hit that roadblock, like it's going to happen, and then you get frustrated and then you fall off. So don't let that happen. Just keep on pushing forward. All right. Knowledge cock time, baby. All right. Fucking dope. Dope. Papa got the moves. Papa got that knowledge cock moves. All right. Let's move on. Question time. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio in the comments to submit your question. I caught one earlier from Burke himself, literally from Burke himself. Screen name, Burke himself. And Burke was asking, Papa, pros and cons of dumbbell flat/incline presses with a neutral grip, parentheses, vertical versus regular or horizontal. You don't want either, in my opinion, because if you go neutral grip, you're going to pull the elbows too far down to the sides of your body. And if you go horizontal, the tendency is to keep the elbows too flared. So you really want more like a 45. So go 45, go neutral for your wrist, right? So you're not like this, you're not supinating, and you're not pronating. So it's going to be, kind of flat, even neutral with your forearm, but it doesn't need to be neutral based on up and down with your body. So it doesn't need to be neutral in this sense, but the hand grip should be neutral for your forearm. You shouldn't be like twisting or like bending in a weird way. So just, well, I guess that's not true. Yeah. So I guess a little prone. Yeah. So, okay. You're standing side by side, sideways. Your thumbs are going forward. Just keep it about, I don't know if I even made sense there. Maybe I fucked that up, but elbows about 45 degrees. That's good. You don't want to go 90. It's really about your elbows. And then let your wrists go where they're comfortable. You'll figure it out. So that's the best thing, the best advice I can give you. Elbows about 45 degrees because that way you're going to get the most activation and the best stretch for your chest. You go too high, you put a lot of pressure on your shoulders, and you don't really hit the pectoral fibers enough. And when it comes to an incline press for chest, you don't need a huge incline either. You don't need a huge incline. I'm going to delete this meme that you put because it's blowing my eye holes out from the Daily Swole Telegram chat. So no offense taken, but I don't want to see GIFs popping around and moving on the side of my eyes. All right, let's see. Burke says, I usually go 45 degrees, but wanted to hear the info. Thanks. Yep, just a nice 45 degrees. I mean, some handles on machines and things will be more vertical. They'll be more horizontal. But as long as the elbows are like kind of out to the sides about 45, you'll hit the pecs a lot better. When you go too high, a lot of people go really high and they have shoulder problems. They're just not getting enough activation. Let's see. Dinod D. Dumila. That's I need a conversation with your mother. Papa Soy, is it okay if I doesn't feel any pain in back when working out in beginning? I would love to answer your question. I don't know what you just said. If I doesn't feel any pain in back when working out, you don't need to be you don't want pain. Discomfort when you're lifting, soreness, okay. But I'm not really exactly sure what you're referring to. Jar Burnett. Papa Solio, hey Papa, got rid of my birth control. Thank you. Should I try sleeping for more than 8 hours if I'm still tired, trying to focus a lot on sleep? No screen time, 2 hours before bed, sundown, and so on. Good for you. Should I try sleeping for more than 8 hours if I'm still tired? Well, you really don't want to wake up and then kind of like just go back to sleep. You know, you can get too much sleep. You can really make yourself feel groggy. I would just make sure that you're going to sleep at a consistent time and you're getting up at a consistent time. You'll start to wake up more. The more consistent you are with sleep time, the more consistent you'll wake up in the morning. You know, because if you're getting proper sleep, cold, dark room, if you're getting deep sleep, if you're not waking up frequently throughout the night, when you wake up, sometimes people wake up and they go to the bathroom and they go back to sleep when they really should be waking up. You're waking up, go to the bathroom, and you're awake. You know, having like a good morning routine when the sun comes up. So I think it depends. Everyone's a little bit different when it comes to how much sleep that they require. And the harder you're training, the more recovery you need. But it doesn't mean that 11 hours or 12 hours is necessary. I personally feel like I need a little bit more sleep than the standard 8 in some cases. But it really comes down to your routine and what works best for you. I would just figure out what works best for you. I don't know how long you've been doing this for, but you know, getting off birth control, getting a consistent pattern going, it takes some time. Sleep patterns don't just happen overnight. It takes a little bit of time. So, you know, if you really want to reset your schedule, people that go camping, you know, you go camping for a few days, you reset your schedule. You're tired at night. You're up first thing in the morning with the sun. It's because of all the blue light and the Wi-Fi and just our artificial, I don't want to say necessarily artificial because it is what we create. So what's natural and what's a natural fallacy and what's technically artificial. If it's humans created it, but we create it on Earth, is it really artificial? Is it just part of nature? It's just more advanced part of nature. But we're separated from our evolution. Like we're advancing with technology much faster than our evolution can keep up. So there's a lot of things that interrupt our natural rhythms and what allows us to find peace and relaxation and stuff at night. That's why red lights and screen time and stuff that Jarbonette was saying. But sometimes it takes some time, especially if you're getting off birth control and you have those kinds of like hormone rebalancing. Anika, Papa Soy, what are your thoughts on melatonin jellies for kids? I don't touch melatonin. So I personally, my thoughts are I would definitely do a lot of research on it and check with a lot of sources. I personally wouldn't give any of that stuff to kids. The only time that I've heard that melatonin could be beneficial is like if you're dealing with jet lag, like you're doing a lot of flying across time zones. But I don't take melatonin. Everything that I hear and that I read about it, it's just like, it's a lot more serious than people think it is. People just pop that stuff like it's crazy. I would not fuck with that stuff. So I think definitely not for kids. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah, aside from the gummies themselves, aside from the candy stuff, but I wouldn't mess with melatonin personally. I never have. I haven't looked into it like recently, but this is like years ago, everything I saw about it, I'm like, oh my God, why do people take this stuff? And then I kind of just brushed it off and I don't address it. Because the last thing you want to do is, hey, I'm having trouble sleeping, so you're just popping pills, right? Even magnesium and things like that at night that we talk about, I still recommend people set proper physical habits first. Red light at night. Trust me, how many of you do red light at night? Put down your phone, no TV, put the red light on, read a book, take a shower, sauna, do some yin yoga, meditation. You turn off the blue lights and you go all red, you will get tired immediately. Seriously, you'll get tired immediately. It's a game changer. So and then cold, dark room, all these different things, like your habit for going to sleep, for shutting down your body, for not eating too close at night, to not having tons of sugar at night so you're like wired, or working out or stimulating yourself too much late at night. You know, getting on a consistent schedule, that's going to be leaps and bounds better than just taking a pill. So I would do all that even before like, hey, I'm having trouble sleeping, just take some magnesium. No, what else are you doing? Do other things first before you start doing supplementation stuff. I'm not saying supplementation can be bad. I mean, I take magnesium, but I also have good sleep habits in terms of what I do before bed. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Sheena, I have used red light for the past week with blackout curtains, and I've had the best sleep I've had in decades. There you go. Good stuff. Pedro says melatonin is naturally built up in the system. Some studies show that it pares down melatonin production and messes with natural versus synthetic balance, like many things do when you start effing around with it. Thank you for that. What a lot of people don't do is get that early morning sun. And getting sunlight at night, by the way. So looking at the sunset, even just like the oranges, the shorter wavelengths at night, similar to the morning sun. If you look and you're watching the sun go down and then you turn your house to red, oof, you're done. You're done. You're not going to have to like, oh, I don't feel tired. You're not going to need, you don't need melatonin. I need to go to sleep. Same thing with first thing in the morning. It anchors your day. So you think about a circadian rhythm. You don't have circadian rhythm when you're always inside. It's always the same temperature. If you're getting initial sun and those red wavelengths, your brain's thinking, ooh, wake up. And then at night, the sun's going down. Ooh, shut down. But then you look at the sunset and then you go inside the house and it's bright fluorescent lights and kids are screaming, TV's going. Not that relaxing, is it? Tons of stress. And if you have trouble putting your kids to sleep, turn all your lights in the house red. They're going to be knocked out. Just you watch. How many of you do that with your kids? Red light and they're just done. I want to see some stories. We have a couple of our friends that did it and they had trouble with their kid going to sleep. It's like, turn off red light, turn off the TV, all that stuff. Kid goes to bed like no problem now. Matt says, I have a red light in my room to read. I almost never get more than 2 pages before I'm out. Oh, I read a book. It takes me like a year because I read like 1 page, 2 pages. I'm done all the time. I read in bed every night. I just don't read much because I'm like, oh, I'm tired. All right, Mohammed Al-Nahabe. Hello, is pre-workout bad for your health? Just want to see your opinion. Yeah, I would say a lot of it is. A lot of pre-workout is definitely bad for your health because of the artificial sweeteners and all the other fillers and stimulants. Most of what you want is just a little boost. You want some caffeine so you can have some black coffee. And you can make your own. If you want citrulline or betaine and hydrous, if you want agmatine, if you want beta-alanine, you could buy these raw supplements, weigh it out, measure, mix it up, drink it, and you don't have all the fillers. So some of these things don't have any negative side effects in the human body. Like you're not going to have problems. Like I've taken citrulline, malate, and some of these pre-workouts or beta-alanine. I've taken this stuff for a long time. And they're not causing issues. Creatine, all these things are fine. But when you have electric unicorn jizz lemonade, yeah, you're putting tons and tons and tons of sucralose, and most people have no idea how much sweetener they're putting in. I'm telling you, if you have these ingredients raw, they're nasty, they're sour, they're bitter, they taste like shit. So when you're having it's raspberry pre-workout, if you ever have it raw, you're going to vomit realizing how nasty it tastes, because then you're going to realize how much sweetener they put in. They put so much in. I can't even tell you how much they put in order to make it not taste like that. Ooh, a lot. All right, we're about to get into some balls deep content. Maybe one more question. Let's see. Japak 003. Papasolio, better to do 85 pounds dumbbell bench press for 7 reps to failure or 90 pounds for 4, or work to 85s to 10 reps? That's a good question. All right. So, I wouldn't necessarily say one's better than the other. You're getting more stimulating reps by doing 85 to 7. So can you still get hypertrophy with 4 reps? Yes. But you're missing out on a little bit. I would say for me, in general, I personally don't really want to go any lower than 5. So can you get benefits from 4? Sure. But you're better off doing 85 for 7. And if you do 90 for 4, you want to stick with that until you're doing 90 for 5 or 6. So that's going to be a personal choice. I think it's great to expose yourself for 90 to 4. But again, this is where like these fractional plates can come in handy. The issue with doing, I think 85 going up to 10 and then going from 90 to like 5 or 6 is fine too. So you have options here. You do have options. So if you're saying 90 pounds for 4 reps, you might have already experienced it. You might have already tried 90 and only gotten 4. So the thing with stimulating reps is usually about the last 5 reps is where that's where your set lives. Okay. So about the last 4 or 5 repetitions is where you're getting the overload to absolute failure, where your body is like, that's what is stimulating the response to grow. If you're doing 20 reps to failure, the first 15 are kind of like fatigue reps. So you're really not getting the same benefit. This is why we always talk about doing heavier weight, lower repetitions in like the 5, 10 or so rep range, because you're going to get to that failure point with less fatigue. You're not going to do 15 reps before you actually get to those stimulating reps. If you're doing a set for 5 reps to failure, every rep is all out. It's hard. It's all out from the very beginning, but you're not wasting any repetitions, right? You're doing 5 reps. That's fucking all you have in the tank. You got your stimulation, your overload, like you're wiped. So 7 reps is fantastic. 8 reps is fantastic. So I wouldn't necessarily say you have to work to increase it to 10 reps either. You can increase it to 8 reps. If you're getting 85 for 7 reps and 90 for 4, when you can get 85 for 7 or 85 for 8 or 9, you should be able to get 90 for 5. So you might not have to go all the way up to 10 reps, but I would stick with 85s and do 8 reps. I would start there, do 8 reps, and then you can always go to 90 for 4, and then 90 will go to 5. Just remember, intensity, you don't have to overdo the volume. You need proper recovery, and you'll break through those plateaus. So I think the rep range, anywhere between 5 and 10 reps is great. It doesn't have to be 8. It doesn't have to be 10. It could be 9, could be 11, because you might do 8 reps. Next time you come in, you might do 11 reps. Holy shit, I was really strong today. Okay, but you're ready to move up, right? So once you get towards that 8 to 10 range, you can go up in weight. 4 is still good. You can still have a great session with 4. Maybe you want to do 90 pounds for 4 reps, and then your second set, you could do 85 and maybe get 5, 6, or 7 reps maybe. That'd be a good way to expose your body to more stress. Just keep in mind that the rep range and the purpose and the point of stimulating reps. It's a good question. It's a good question. You're right in the between. You're not going to go wrong with overload, because if you're doing 85 for 7, you do that for 8 or 9, you're doing more. You do 90 for 4 and then you do 90 for 5, like you're improving. So it's like, it's not so much that 90 is better than 85. 90 is objectively more than 85, but what's better, 90 for 4 or 85 for 7? It really is you pushing to failure. Again, your body does not know if you're lifting 85 or 90. It just knows it's harder. It knows it can't do more than another rep. So with 85, when it's doing this with that whatever weight, your body doesn't know it's 85. You do, but your body's like, oh, okay, I'm pushing. The muscles don't know. It just knows it can do it 7 times. And it knows with this weight, it can only do it 4 times. So you want to get stimulating reps. So you're probably better off getting 1 extra rep. You can still have a great set. But here's the thing. If you grab 90s and you only got 4, don't beat yourself up like, oh, I didn't get 5. Oh man, I'm not going to get gains. 4 reps is still great. Just keep that in mind. You might want to, if you do a second set, you might want to do a back off set and do a set with 85. Because if you do 90 for 4 and that's your max, you do another set, you're probably going to get 2 or 3. You're not going to get another set of 4, not likely. And longer rest periods, 3, 4, 5 minutes. So you're probably better off either doing that set 90 for 4 and then doing a back off set, or doing the sets with 85 and then increasing your strength and pushing it towards 8, 9, 10 reps and then going to 90. So a couple options there. All right, let's go balls deep. Let's fucking go. That's deep. My God, it is deep. Who would ever thought we could go this deep? We did. Fam, if you go over to papaswolio.com, one of the best new designs. We have great designs over there. No one's got better merch than the Swole fam. Forest Pump is an amazing design. I got the light blue shirt and I filmed a couple videos with it. It's amazing. It's an amazing shirt. It looks awesome. Get your Forest Pump design. Daily Swole is the code Daily Swole for 10% off over at papaswolio.com. We have other merch. We have brand new collegiate design. Fuck your resolutions. We have the Rick and Morty design, Go to the Fucking Gym. Look at that. That's an awesome fucking shirt. And what else we got? Do we have anything else here? Those are the 3 designs that I have pulled up. But we got a lot of awesome stuff for the holidays. And it is September. So start getting your stuff in now. Don't wait till last minute. Get your merch in. We got Halloween merch. We got Christmas, Thanksgiving merch. We got a lot of stuff. Let's go balls deep. Let's see what we got here. We have, these are going to be horrible. We got 4 videos. I personally don't care. We'll see. Maybe we'll do 1 or 2. We'll see how much time we have for it. Let's pick a number, 1, 2, 3, or 4. And yeah, these are all bad. I hate them all, but I'll let you decide. I'll let you decide. Number 1, number 2, and number 4.
What's in the box?
Number 1, number 2, or number 4. Number 1, number 2, number 4. Let's go with 4 score Cerny. Number 4. All right, Cerny, number 4. Cerny's like, fuck you, man. All right. Number 4. Number 4. Cerny says number 4, and the video is titled Women. Whammon. It's called Women. It's called Women. I wonder what it's going to be.
All you Karens out there who have your panties in a bunch about the fact that doctors are starting to use the term pregnant person instead of pregnant women, I want you to listen up.
I hate this person. I don't say that often. Like, I usually am angry, or I call them a cunt or a twat or a chode or a jabroni. I hate this person. I guess that's a filter. I wouldn't put it past her to dye her hair like a Lifesavers pack, but I don't like her at all. I have extreme distaste for her existence.
Pregnant person instead of pregnant women, I want you to listen up. Women are people. Non-binary people.
Women are people. Did you hear that? Women are people. Women are people, fam. Women. She sounds like John Fetterman. Women are people. The women people. They're walking and then the women with the shoes and the women people. It's hard to do a Fetterman without sounding like Biden. But because women, women, because we're women people. Women. God damn it, Pennsylvania. All right, here we go. Let's continue.
Are people. Non-binary people and trans men are also people. So this term includes everyone that was born with a uterus and could be pregnant.
Oh, I thought I hated you at the beginning of the video. Everyone with a uterus. Well, ladies, you are people with a uterus. What an insult to women. This person, I can't believe. Are you an actual medical doctor? God, what a cunt. Talk about losing your license. How can you go through medical school and be this stupid? Well, I guess we've all experienced the last few years, but all right, let's continue before I say something she regrets.
With not being a feminist or protecting women's rights. We want to be inclusive to all people born with a uterus.
You switch the samples.
Shut up, bitch! Jesus. All right, we'll leave it there. She kind of said everything I wanted to say. Yeah, I don't work with them.
I don't work with the males because I used to be one.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into another video. All right, pick a number 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. That was crazy. All right. Where do you go from there? Where do you go from there? I don't know where we go, but I think Karen. Speaking of Karens, we have our very own Swole Karen to save the day. Karen number 2. Karen.
We choose truth over facts.
Karen number 2. Karen's going to save the day. She's going to pull up and drop a nice juicy bomb that's titled Fat People Don't Owe You. Rant about fat phobia incoming. Oh, man. You know how we talk about vitamin D? You know, we talk about vitamin D and the importance of getting sunlight, right? And that you can tell, right? You know, we talk about, people say you can't judge someone's health by the way they look. And it's like, well, or you can't judge a book by its cover. Well, you can't tell people if they're healthy by the way they look. You can't judge a book by its cover. And I say, well, you don't know what the book is like, but you know it's 1,000 pages. Like you can see if it's a fucking Encyclopedia Britannica. You know, you can see if it's, you know, Dostoevsky, right? Vitamin D is important. So you can tell someone, you can learn a lot by someone's skin quality. You can learn a lot by someone taking care of their health and their skin and their nutrition, getting sleep and stuff like that. This person needs, I would love to introduce this person to a thing I like to call the sun. I would like to introduce her to that yellow dwarf because my goodness, I don't think she knows what that is.
Since I seem to be on a rant today, while I'm on, fat people don't owe you weight loss. We don't owe you an explanation for our bodies. We don't owe you an
I do love your accent. Fat people don't owe you weight loss. We don't need to change our bodies to suit your fancy. We don't owe you weight loss.
The Almighty says, don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Okay, let's go.
For our fatness. We don't owe anybody health. And it doesn't matter whether we're healthy or not, we still deserve basic human respect. Also, you cannot tell whether somebody is healthy by simply looking at them.
Oh, you fucking can. Come on now, you fucking can. In some cases, you can't. In most cases, you can. Let's just say in most cases, honestly, in most cases, you actually can. If someone's morbidly obese, yeah, they're not healthy. Well, how'd you guess that? How do you know, Papa? Because of my eyes, these organs that allow me to take in visual information and process it, like my cerebral cortex and shit.
Fat people can be healthy, just like skinny people can. Fat people can be healthy, just like skinny people can be unhealthy. I'm not saying that every fat person is healthy, but it shouldn't matter. It doesn't matter. Nobody owes you health. That's ableism.
No, it's
okay,
not.
You realize that like disabled people, people with chronic illness, they're not healthy.
Okay, you do realize that people with chronic illness aren't healthy. Just saying, ableism isn't a thing. It's not. It's just another made-up victim. It's just another pejorative. People with chronic illness are not healthy. Did anyone know that? People with chronic illness aren't healthy. Well, I'll be damned. Well, I'll be damned. Are you saying? Are you telling me that short people aren't tall? Come on now. Stop yanking my crank. People that are sick aren't healthy. Herp there.
Still deserve your respect, regardless of whether they're fat or skinny.
Respect is
Health
earned.
does not equal worth. It doesn't affect your life. Why does somebody else's body size affect your life?
Because most of us can't afford health insurance because of your lack of effort. And your addictions. There's that. Less healthy people make for a less cohesive society, less production in society. Things are more expensive. Yeah, it affects everyone. It affects everyone. The culture is degrading. You're trying to justify being obese. It's terrible. It's terrible for our society. It's terrible for the individual's health. It's terrible for society's health.
The answer is it doesn't. If you don't like it, don't look at it. Don't interact with it. Walk away. Scroll away.
I would love to. I can't look away. They're everywhere. I see fat people. They're everywhere. I can't go anywhere without seeing a huge fucking gut. I can't go anywhere without seeing a pregnant man. And when I say pregnant man, I don't actually mean this, delusional people with ovaries. I mean a man that should not have a massive gut that looks like a pregnant woman. I have to specify that because we're retarded nowadays.
You don't need to say anything. You don't need to say anything. We don't need you to announce that you're leaving. We don't need you to announce that you don't like us. We don't need you to announce that you don't agree with our fatness. Stop bullying people. Stop trying to harass people. Stop trying to judge people. Focus on you. Isn't there a TikTok sound that says, I guess a little boy is like, worry about yourself? Worry about yourself.
I don't know.
Focus on you.
We do. But you do realize that we do live in a society. And if you live in a society, what everyone does matters. What other people do actually matters. And look, I don't dislike you. I'm not bullying you. You're saying stupid things, so I'm vehemently disagreeing with the stupid things that are coming out of your mouth. That doesn't mean I don't like you. I mean, I definitely don't like your personality. This isn't a good preview. You're not making a good pitch for me to like you. But if you don't take care of your health, if you don't take care of yourself physically, I honestly don't know what much more there is to like. You have no discipline. You have your priorities all jacked up. What else is there? That's a great start. It's not being prejudiced. It's actually making an astute observation based on what you are presenting as you as an individual. What do you do with your life? Obviously not be healthy and not do healthy things. That's obviously what you're not doing. You're not taking care of the things that you can take care of. So it's not that everyone's out to get you and everyone hates you and you're a horrible, worthless person, but you need to start treating yourself the way you claim you do. You want other people to get on their hands and knees and praise you for just existing. Why don't you show yourself that you fucking love yourself? Why don't you show yourself that you care? Start there. Why don't you worry about you so we don't have to? So we don't have to see these videos. The only reason I know you exist is because you make a dumb video like that and you repost it. That's the only reason why I know. So it's not like I'm hunting you down. You're posting this in the interwebs and it's coming across my desk. So that's it. Like, it's coming across my awareness. I don't go and search for these things. I get presented them. People send me videos, the Swole team. People come across these things. You know how many videos we get sent? Do you have any idea how much content comes my way? There's no shortage of stupid things. So you want the thing is, she wants people to care. She desperately wants attention. That's why she's posting this. Otherwise, she wouldn't. Like, don't post. You don't have to make a video complaining about things. You don't have to make a video trying to justify your obesity. Just make positive changes. Close your mouth, put in some work, and then we'll high five. Looks very unhealthy. They say, right? She goes on to say, or she starts off saying that you can't tell if someone's healthy by looking at them. Fuck. She's not healthy. She looks literally black and white. Like, she looks sickly. So yeah, you have can definitely have some insights on that. All right. Let's see. Do we have time? Maybe we have one more. I don't know. Let's do I think we got to go into OT. We'll do this one because it's short. It's called chest feeding. I think it's going to blow everyone's nips off. And then we will get into some overtime. Here we go. Chest feeding, number 3.
Chest feeding is just inclusive. There are non-binary people. There are trans men who lactate. There are those.
All right. I know I'm going to stop this. I know it's stupid. I know we know that boys have a penis and girls have a vagina. I know
boys have a penis. Girls have vagina.
Trans men don't lactate. Those are women. You can call yourself whatever you want. You're still a woman. Why? Because you're lactating. Because you have ovaries. Because you have a vagina. You're a woman. It's okay to be a woman. We love women. Real men love real women. That's it. Women are awesome. Stop trying to race women. Women are amazing. Men and women need each other, not against each other. So stop calling women trans men. Okay? You want to say that men can get pregnant, but they can't. They can't. That's why you have this term. It's called trans, meaning someone that has issues in their brain that makes them think that they're the opposite sex, which obviously is like, what? How? Yeah, we need a team of scientists with clipboards and observational stuff. Like, we need people helping these individuals, because that's not normal. That doesn't lead nature forward. So I'm so tired of the trans man. Yeah, pregnant. They can't. That's a woman. You can call a woman an elephant. That woman is now called an elephant. Look, the elephant got pregnant with a human child. Same thing. Same, but different.
Men who lactate. There are those who go by he, him, different pronouns. It's just
Don't
inclusive
care.
to everybody. It is
No, it's
not hurting cis women to say.
I gotta stop it again. When it says not hurting anyone, you are damaging society. This is dismantling and deconstructionism. You're breaking down language. This is the 2 + 2 = 5 movement. That's all that this is. You are trying to eradicate the foundations of logic. That's what you're doing. It's not damaging. It's all inclusive. No, it's not. It's get on your knees and do as you're told. It's get on your knees and say what we say, or else you're a bad person. You're a blank phobe. That's all it is. Just to translate, this is say what I tell you to say. Otherwise, I'm going to yell and scream and point bad person. Translation. I'm a 3-year-old and I'm throwing a tantrum. That's it. So give me my cookie, say what I want you to say, or I'm going to scream. And they actually do scream. They do that.
A chest feeding, but it does hurt those who go by other pronouns to continue to say breastfeeding, especially if they have body dysmorphia and things like that.
Dude, you know what the treatment for body dysmorphia
Everybody
is?
knows you never go full retard.
Going to the fucking gym. Dude, body dysmorphia is underrated. It's underrated. Everyone's like, what do you do? How do you deal with body dysmorphia? Everyone has body dysmorphia. You go to the gym and you solve the problem. You just get bigger. Look, people ask me like, Papa, do you have body dysmorphia? Yes, I do. But it's not crippling. But you need body dysmorphia to want to get bigger, to push yourself and get bigger. It's useful. It's a useful tool. Lean into it. Don't make it like it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. Otherwise, why would you go to the gym and train to build a little bit of muscle and to get a little bit stronger? It's like, yeah, good. You see what I mean? To a point, it's very good because you're trying to improve yourself. You're building muscle. You're working. I think thinking that you can improve, there's a fine line, right? There's a fine line between wanting to improve and then people turning it and making a term that's bad. I know that people have severe issues. I'm making light of the situation. But bottom line, if you're going to the gym or you're trying to improve, what these communists are trying to promote to you, it's like everyone's the same, everyone's whatever they want to be. You don't have to work hard, do anything. Because if you're trying to improve, it's as if you have a deficiency. Well, if I don't say you're pretty, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're ugly. If I say you're beautiful today, it doesn't mean that you weren't beautiful yesterday. It's like, or maybe it does. It's weird. It's weird because you want to go and improve yourself. So why are you trying to improve yourself? Why are you challenging yourself? If we're all wonderful just by existing, we're perfect just the way they are, then why do we want to train and to do better and to push ourselves and to challenge ourselves? So you see what I'm saying? Like, to a point, it's good. Like, it's good. Like, anyone that says that they don't look in the mirror sometimes and like look and like flex and like, oh man, I look tiny or I feel flat, you're lying. Everyone feels that. Does it cripple your life and ruin everything and run your entire existence? That's a problem. But you got to have some. I think it's good. It makes you look in the mirror like, yeah, I could do better. I can work harder. Just keep into perspective. Don't go off the deep end, but keep perspective on it. Adjust, challenge yourself, do better, push yourself, and keep crushing. We talked, people that aren't doing are going to run their mouths. People that aren't doing are going to run their mouths. Why? Because they're not taking action. They're just in the peanut gallery, throwing tomatoes, screaming and crying, blah, blah, blah. So if I make a video and it hurts someone's feelings or hurts a lot of people's feelings, I have some videos now and again that stir up a lot of like, you're a mean person. Oh, I hate this guy. This guy's so emotional. Cry, baby, cry. Okay. I see the comments. I laugh. If I even see the comments, I move on. I don't care. Bulldoze, steamroll, more, next. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me when people, they can have their opinions. I don't expect people to like what I say. I don't expect anyone to like what I say. It doesn't bother me. I don't mind if it hurts your feelings because they're not my feelings. The question is, why are you allowing your feelings to be hurt? Why are you getting upset over a Instagram video or a TikTok video or something that you see? Like, it doesn't matter. If it really didn't bother you, then stop posting online, stop putting yourself out there to get criticized. Because you say stupid stuff, you're going to get people responding. So start putting in work, start working on yourself, and you're not going to have all the time and attention to spend on other people and nonsense. All right, we're going to move right along. We got a Swole card, and then we are going into overtime. So right after the Swole card, we're going into overtime, so you can start heading over into the Daily Swole Telegram chat. Very excited. Overtime exclusively for members. SwoleNormousX.com. Join the fam today. We have balls deep edits, so we're going to do them all over there. And we also have a brand new Drive While Gaining Uncensored. So let's give away today's Swole card. Are you ready? Falcon, kick me off something juicy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Dig it a dog. All right, we have a winner today. We got Matt in the fucking house. What an amazing story. Matt, you are the winner of today's Swole card. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 2695 in the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. That's fantastic. Good man, good show. We'll take some soundboard requests and let's make it rain.
I've contained my rage for as long as possible, but I shall unleash my fury upon you like the crashing of 1,000 waves! I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
The eyes, Chico. Never lie.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. I am the danger.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
There's Tiny Tuck, Typical Tuck, Total Tuck, and the Tyrannical Tuck.
This is Milford Cubicle.
I don't have the bigger boat one.
The only thing about a shark is got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eye.
That's a huge miss.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
This house is a fucking prison on planet bullshit! And the galaxy of this sucks camel dicks!
We got it now. We got it now.
I better use my strong
So why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
Quick release. I see you in the back. Coast to coast. LA to Chicago. Crank it up. Crank up the big. Ooh, big cactus. All right, fam. Thanks for being here. We have overtime starting in 3, 2, shwam. So head on over to the Daily Swole Telegram chat. That is the Daily Swole Telegram chat. If you are a member and you're not in the Daily Swole Telegram chat, I don't know what you've been doing. It's pretty much the standard for every show. And of course, with overtime, the links are right there on your homepage when you log in and in your Get Started series. So join us in there, the Daily Swole Telegram chat. We got a lot of people in there already. Matthew, both Matts, Lacey, Elizabeth. All right, Cerny. So everyone's in there. Get in the Daily Swole Telegram chat. Overtime starts in 2 minutes once we shift over. And great show today. Tomorrow, Swole Slut Saturday, so we'll see you then. Don't miss out on that. Join us, swolenormousx.com, and overtime starts right now. Peace, my geese, deuce, my goose, your boy Papa Swolio. Oh, 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 oh.